Okay, so I think we can start. Yeah, welcome everyone to this welcome session for the DCASE 2021 workshop. This is a bit strange because I'm here just in front of my computer, but I guess we have all been getting very used to that for the last year and a half, and maybe even a little bit more. So yeah, I think every time that a new virtual conference happens, maybe it works a little bit better and a little bit more natural for us. We'll see how things change in the coming years, but hopefully this is going to be a great event, and we will all be able to just learn more about DCASE related topics and what we are all doing, and enjoy all the sessions. So let's start with this welcome session. Oops. This is the 6th edition of the DCASE Workshop. First one was in Budapest in 2016, then Munich, Woking, New York, Tokyo last year, which was the first one virtual, and this year in Barcelona. When we started organizing it, we were not sure whether it would be a hybrid event, and maybe some of you would be here with us in the Universitat Pompeu Fabra in Barcelona, but then we realized the situation would most likely not yet allow this kind of events, and it would be much maybe better and even fair for everyone to continue it hosting it virtual. So yeah, this is the 6th edition of the workshop, and it's happening in a virtual from Barcelona. There are also good things, of course, of a virtual event. It means that it's easier for more people to participate. Here you can see the evolution of the number of participants since the first DCASE workshop. And as you can see, in the last 2 years in Tokyo and in Barcelona virtual, the increase in number of participants is huge. Also, because of the fact that both last edition and this edition are free, this also helps everyone to participate, which makes this event also very inclusive, and this is a great thing, actually. There are participants, close to 550 participants for more than 45 countries. The countries with the most attendees would be United States, China, Japan, and UK. But well, there will be more exciting stats in the closing session on Friday. This was just as a short introduction. I would like, first of all, to show the organization committee, and also take this opportunity to thank everyone who helped in the organization of the workshop. So, of course, well, Xavier Serra and me, who are acting as the general chairs, the technical program chairs, Ana Maria, Dan, Eduardo, Magdalena, and Benjamin, who worked very hard during all the review process and well, all the things related to the technical program. Also, the Best Paper Award chairs, Costas, Martin, and also Magdalena and Benja. The industry liaison chairs, Mikel, Justin, Andres, and Shuo, who also worked hard to secure all the sponsors, which are actually making all of this possible. Diversity and inclusion chairs, Sonia and also me, who worked on the code of conduct, and also to try to make sure that the sessions are diverse. And the website and conference management software chairs, Xavier Favori, Pablo Zinemanas, Benowek, who have been also working very hard on all of these different virtual platforms that we're using to make this event, which later I will talk more about. And Sonia and Christina, who also contributed with the registration process and communication process. So that said, let me go back to the slides. Yeah, if you need to contact us for any reason, you can send an email to this address that you see on screen. You can also use the Slack workspace, which more on that later. Or also you can use the email addresses that you can find on this page that I just shown, the organizers page on the DCASE website. And also make sure to check the code of conduct. It's a short text, and have a look before starting to participate, let's say. Yeah, big thanks to all of our sponsors. We have Facebook as a platinum sponsor. We have Apple, Bose, Hitachi line as gold sponsors. Audio Analytic, Cochlear AI, Dolby, Google, Mitsubishi, and Rion as the silver sponsors. So without their help, this wouldn't be possible. So yeah, thank you. Don't forget to visit their industry booths in the virtual GatherTown space that I will mention later. And also in the Slack workspace, you will find dedicated channels that you can use to chat with representatives from these companies and interact with them. So let's continue. I would like to explain a little bit the different virtual platforms that we have chosen to make DCASE happen, and what do we sort of expect from the participation in each one of these platforms. Hopefully it's going to be easy to understand for everyone, because as I was saying before, after a number of conferences that are happening in the virtual domain, these tools are becoming more and more common. So yeah, hopefully this is going to be easy to use for everyone. The first one I would like to mention is the GatherTown platform. This is a platform that simulates let's say the real environment of a conference. And here the idea is that it allows for this sort of casual interactions that you normally only have in real life. And this also means that the more of us who are in GatherTown, the better, because it facilitates this communication. As you can see in the screenshot on the right, I'm basically alone because I took it some hours ago and no one was there. But now I will do a quick live demo, and hopefully many more people will just appear. Let's try to load it. Also, while GatherTown is loading, let me just mention that within the GatherTown virtual space, all the contents of the conference are accessible. So, okay, here we are. Let me just mute my microphone in the GatherTown. Okay, maybe I'm trying to load GatherTown 2 times. Let me share another screen. Hopefully it will work now. Yeah, okay, so this is our virtual conference space. I think there's like 50 of us now right there. We are in the auditorium, and this is a room which is integrated, let's say, with the Zoom meeting room. So if you come here to the auditorium, you can just press X, and then it will open like a link to the URL of the Zoom meeting room, which then will actually open in another browser window. So it's not really integrated inside Zoom, but at least it's a way in which we can like all meet. And then before the talks start and in between talks, then we can share this space. I will try to walk a little bit to show you some more. As you can see now, I'm basically crossing everyone. This is a trick. If you hold the key G, then you enter ghost mode, and then you can basically walk through people and through places. This is our main hall. I see some people following me. That's very nice. This is where you will find the booth from the industry, from the gold and platinum industry sponsors. Also, you will find a help desk with a document that you can interact with by pressing X, and you will find some tips for using GatherTown, and well, some information that might be of relevance. There are a number of meeting rooms that you can go, and while you are in one of these meeting rooms, everyone in the room are sharing the same connection, let's say, the same chat. So you can you can basically interact as if you were in a real space. So there are 3 different private rooms. Also, if you walk to the other side, sorry if this is too fast, there are the poster session rooms. You can already check these rooms and see the posters and the videos there. You will find a nice information panel with a list of the papers and their IDs, and also links, even direct link to the Slack channel to discuss about that paper, but more on that later. You can also go and visit the posters. And also from here, you actually have a link to the videos. And of course, during the poster sessions, this is where you will be able to interact with the authors of each of the posters. I will mention a little bit more about that later, but the poster sessions will happen in 2 different time slots to make it easy for people from different time zones. So if you check the index, let's say, of each of the poster session rooms, and this is also in the program, you will see that the authors indicate preference for a time slot in which they will be present here in the room, so that you can talk to them in real, well, I was going to say in real life. It's not really in real life, I guess real time, but yeah, that's the idea. Alternatively, you can also talk to them via Slack, but if you check this time zone preference, well, time slot preference, sorry, then it's a good way to know when they will be available. And I think that's what I wanted to show about GatherTown. So I will now stop sharing the GatherTown screen, and I will switch to the slides again. Okay, if I do that. Okay, you should see the slides again. Okay, nice. So let's continue. Slack. Slack is the other, let's say, big communication tool that we have set up for the workshop. The idea with the Slack, sorry, is that it allows for asynchronous interaction. This is important because not all of the time we will be in GatherTown. Of course, people live in different time zones, so it's important to have a way in which you can send a message and maybe receive an answer at a later time, or, well, it can also be, of course, in real time. But the Slack is the tool that we've chosen. You will find that there are channels for all of the sessions. So to discuss about the specific sessions of DCASE, there's also a general channel and a help channel. There is a channel for every paper, so you can have focused discussions about the specific papers, also about every challenge, in the every task in the challenge, I mean, and also for the industry sponsors. So in order to find the channels, I'll show you how to do it, also through a quick live demo. Now it should be easier than before because I don't need to change the browser. Okay, let's log in. You should have received an invitation link for login to Slack through the welcome email. So by using that link, you can create an account. And let's wait for it. Okay, here it is. And get to the workspace. As you will see here on my site panel, you will see all the channels which are available. But this is just because I have already joined all of these channels. When you log in for the first time, you will only see maybe 6 or 7 or 8 channels which correspond to the main sessions of DCASE, but you won't see the channels for the specific papers because that would be sort of too much. So in order to join these channels, there are 2 ways for doing this. One is that you go to the channel section, click plus, and then browse channels, and then you will see a list that that you can choose from. But another way to do it, which maybe it's more convenient, is that from the program page of the website, when you see the list of papers, there's links to the specific Slack channel. So for example, if I'm interested in discussing something about paper 19, I can just click Slack channel here, and it will redirect me specifically to that channel. So this should be useful for you. Also, from the Gather Town poster session rooms, in this index document that I showed you before, you also have the Slack links in there. And yeah, that's it. So now I can say hi. Okay, so let's go back to the slides. The next tool is Zoom. I guess this one is obvious. You all know because you are using it to actually watch this presentation. All the different live sessions in DCASE will happen in Zoom. There is only one link, so it's always the same link. So that should make things easy. There is a password, which if you go to Zoom from the link provided in the program, you will need to enter this password, but hopefully it's easy to remember, DCASE W 2021. If you access Zoom from the link that was given in your welcome email, from there you will not need to enter the password. And you can also access Zoom, as I showed you before, from the auditorium in Gather Town. Not all of the sessions will be recorded, but most of them, you have details about this in the program page. And yeah, that's it for Zoom. Finally, all of the videos for all the paper presentations, also the recording of this session that's happening now, and well, everything that's recorded and that will be available later for rewatching will be on YouTube. So you will find the link to the YouTube channel also in the program page. There are also playlists for the different videos of each poster session. And yeah, actually all of the videos for the papers have already been published since last week, so maybe some of you have already been watching them. Actually, maybe it's probably too small in your screens, but in my screenshot you can already see some video counts that have been growing. And that's it. Most of the content will remain forever, but is it possible that some some of the talks, we will not keep them forever. It will be indicated in the program page if that is the case. Okay, then I wanted to talk a little bit about the program, why we organized it in this way, and maybe also do a quick walkthrough. So as you can see, this year DCASE spans 5 days, so the whole week, instead of only 2 days, which was the usual thing. Last year it was already 3 days, if I remember exactly, if I'm not wrong. But there was, I think, only one session in the extra day. But this year, what we decided is that in order to somehow facilitate participation with the conference, we would make it last for the whole week. Instead of 2 days with many sessions, it would be 5 days with only a couple of sessions a day. And this is because we thought that in this context of virtual conferences, in which we are probably multitasking a lot and not only attending the conference, but also doing other things from our daily life and jobs, it's actually harder to make this work. So that what we thought is that we would have only a few sessions a day. So we only expect people to be connected for maybe a couple or 3 hours a day with DCASE, and then the rest of the time, of course, it's easier to organize. This also means that all the main sessions are not repeated. So the welcome session, the keynote sessions, they only have one time slot, but because they are recorded, they can be seen afterwards. And also we choose that time slot, which of course it makes it hard for many places in the world to attend, but at least it's not completely impossible, like it's not 3 a.m. or things like that. And maybe if there is one thing that you are very interested, then maybe you can actually do the effort to be there at the let's say bad timing, and the other sessions you can watch on demand, let's say. So we thought that that would be like a good compromise of making things like easy and clear, and still quite accessible to everyone. Of course, in this kind of schedules, the people who live near the center of Europe, like ourselves, for example, at the middle of all the time zones, we are always the ones who have it easier. So yeah, apologies to everyone else, but I guess you will understand that this is the compromise that we needed to find. For the poster sessions, however, we decided to actually have two time slots for each of them. And as I was explaining before, the authors can specify which time slot preference they have. So then whoever is interested to talking to them in real time, they can manage to visit the poster at that time. And otherwise, of course, there's always the Slack interaction and other maybe casual interaction in GatherTown. So let me open the program. Yeah, I'll go through the sessions quickly because, well, you can check it out yourselves. And as you can see, it's quite simple, the schedule. So we are starting with a welcome session right now. After that, we will have the first keynote. If my talk finishes before before 4 in Barcelona time, then there's going to be a break. So we will wait until the time specified here in the schedule to start the next session. And that's going to be the keynote by Laurie, which is on perception and acoustics of everyday sound events. So it's a look to the topics that we are dealing with, but from the perspective of perception, so from the perceptual point of view. Then after the talk, there's going to be the Atmos session. This is a sort of kind of new thing that we are doing this year. Atmos, it's a short for musical atlas in Catalan, and it's actually an artistic performance that we commissioned to BitLab Cooperative, who's a cooperative from Barcelona that works with sound in educational projects, also in citizen science projects, and they have been working for a number of years and actually also collaborating with us in projects like creating sound maps of different cities such as Barcelona and other places in Catalonia as well. So after being inspired by all of this process, they organized an artistic performance with some well-known musicians from Catalonia. And this happened last week. It was recorded live, and today we're having the digital premiere of this performance that we will stream after the keynote. Also, we will stream it live in this Zoom meeting, but then it will also be available on demand for some time. So that's for today. Tomorrow we have the first poster session with the first round of papers. As I said before, here you will see all of the links to the paper itself, to the poster, to the video, and also the Slack channel. Also, tomorrow we will have the second keynote. Where is it here? By Kristen Grauman about Look and Listen, audiovisual learning in video. So that's Kristen is going to share her experience on machine learning on the audiovisual from the audiovisual community, which is also going to be very interesting for us. On Wednesday, there's another poster session B, and also it's the day dedicated to the DCASE challenge. So there's going to be the challenge spotlight session in which the organizers of all the different tasks will summarize to us live on Zoom let's say the findings or the results of the different tasks. And also there's the challenge poster session, which is the poster session where also the organizers of the different tasks have their posters discussing the outcomes of the different tasks. Then on Thursday, there's going to be the industry panel. This is also something new that we introduced this year to DCASE. We sort of thought that it would be interesting for the audience to have a session which is basically dedicated to discuss about topics related to the industry, and having panelists from the industry. I think DCASE is a conference, well, a workshop with a strong presence from the industry. So we guessed that would be interesting. As it happened also in previous DCASE workshops, we use the Slido platform to actually provide a way to propose topics to be discussed, in this case in the industry panel. So if you go to the Slido, you follow the Slido link. Here you will see a list of topics, which you can also propose new ones. You can also vote existing topics. And then the idea is that during the following days before Thursday, you can contribute to that. And then with that, the panelists and the panel moderator for the industry panel, they will, let's say, articulate the discussion or the conversation based on these topics that are proposed. Okay, I will say the names of the panelists, and sorry in advance for the wrong pronunciation. So Fatmed Saki from Qualcomm, Mingqing Yun from Dolby, Yoi Kawaguchi from Hitachi, and Sasha Krustlovic from Audio Analytic. And the panel will be moderated by Justin Salomon from Adobe Research. Adobe. Then on Friday, we will have the town hall discussion and the closing sessions. So that's going to be the last two things of DCASE. Town hall discussion, it's, well, as every year happening in DCASE. That's a discussion, maybe more from more general point of view, also about the past, the present, and future of DCASE. And also the discussion will turn around some topics that we can that you can all contribute to using Slido. So that basically works the same as the example I showed from the industry panel. You can follow this link and propose topics for conversation. So far there is no topic proposed yet, so you can be the first ones to do it. And just yeah, see that it's a different Slido board from the industry panel. So there's one from the industry panel and one for the town hall discussion. And the panelists will be Hanna Lukasiewicz from Fraunhofer. She was a keynote speaker actually in 2018, I think. Yeah. Then Romain Cerizel from Lorraine, who has been organizing the coordinating the challenge efforts also for a number of years, and who's also part of the steering committee. Magdalena Fuentes from New York University, who has been a program chair this year. Dan Stowell from Tilburg University, who has also been organizing different tasks in the challenge for many years. And it will be moderated by Mark Plumley, who I guess all of you know. And yeah, that's it. So finally, there's going to be the closing session in which we will show some nice statistics of the conference. We will announce the awards for the best papers for the workshop and also for the challenge. We will also announce or present the venue for next year's DCASE, and yeah, we will have the chance to say goodbye. So let's go back to the slides. Yeah, I think that's all what I wanted to say as per the welcome session. Now, if anyone has questions, I will take this option so that you can turn on your microphones and cameras. And otherwise, we will wait until the next session starts. So let me find the option to enable your microphones. Yeah. Okay. So now, if anyone wants to ask a question, you should be able to do it. Okay, looks like everything was very clear. In any case, yeah, you have the help desk channel on Slack. Well, you have multiple ways of reaching us. So I will just mute myself and leave the session open so that at 4 we start with the keynote. And meanwhile, I guess I'll see you on GatherTown. So thanks for listening, and yeah, talk to you again very soon.